He was lying there, in the dirt. Everyone walked past, except her. But what if saving him was the biggest mistake of her life?
The afternoon sun pressed heavily over the busy city street. Voices rose, horns blared, and feet hurried past in every direction. Amid the chaos lay a man, motionless near the gutter, his body covered in dust and sweat. His shirt was torn, his shoes scuffed, and his face hidden beneath the shadow of an old hat. People glanced at him briefly, then turned away. "Another drunk," someone muttered. "Leave him," another said. "He's not your problem." But one girl couldn't ignore him. Amara, a young puff-puff seller, stood a few steps away, her tray balanced carefully on her head. She had seen hardship all her life, but something about this man made her pause. He didn't look like the usual beggars she passed. There was something different, something quiet in the way he lay there. She sighed, glancing at her tray. Helping him could mean losing the day's earnings, the little money she needed to pay rent. Still, her heart whispered, "What if it were me?" She placed the tray down and knelt beside him. "Sir, can you hear me?" No answer. His breathing was shallow. She uncapped her small bottle and poured a little water on his lips. After a few seconds, his eyes opened, tired, confused. "Are you okay?" she asked gently. He blinked, as if trying to remember where he was. His voice was faint. "Water, please." She helped him drink slowly, steadying his trembling hands. When he tried to sit, pain crossed his face, so she supported him with care. "Thank you," he whispered. His voice carried exhaustion, but also surprise, as if he hadn't expected anyone to stop. Amara smiled faintly. "Rest a bit. You'll be fine." As the crowd moved on, the two sat in silence, a poor girl and a broken stranger. Neither knew that this small act of kindness would set off a story that would change both their lives forever. Amara sat beside the man until his breathing steadied. People still walked past, throwing curious glances, but no one stopped. The noise of the city felt distant now, as if time itself had slowed around them. "Can you stand?" she asked quietly. He nodded weakly. She offered her arm, and together they rose. He was heavier than he looked, his steps shaky but determined. "There's a small shed behind Mama Ife's shop," Amara said. "You can rest there. It's quiet." The man said nothing, just followed, each step leaving faint prints in the dust. The shed was small, wooden walls patched with rusted sheets, a mat on the floor, and a faint smell of soap from Amara's washing bucket. She helped him sit. "Wait here," and she hurried off. Minutes later, she returned with a small bowl of gari and some puff-puff. "It's not much," she said, placing it beside him, "but it'll help your strength." He looked at the food, then at her. "You don't even know me. Why help?" Amara smiled softly. "You don't need to know someone to show mercy." For the first time, a flicker of something, respect maybe, gratitude, touched his eyes. He ate slowly, silently, as Amara watched, wondering who he truly was. His hands were rough, yet his posture spoke of a man who once stood tall. When he finished, he whispered, "You've done more than enough. Thank you." She said, "Rest. Tomorrow will be better." She stepped outside, the evening breeze cooling her face. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rang. Amara looked up at the darkening sky, unaware that the man inside her shed wasn't just a stranger, but someone whose presence would soon turn her simple life upside down. And for the first time in years, the man closed his eyes, not in exhaustion, but in quiet wonder at the kindness of one poor girl. The next morning, Amara awoke before dawn. The first light crept through the cracks of her little window, painting soft gold across her tray of puff-puff. She yawned, stretched, then remembered the man. She hurried to the shed behind Mama Ife's shop. "Sir," she called softly. No answer. She pushed the door open. The mat was empty. The bowl she had used lay nicely washed and turned upside down. On top of it was a folded note, a small piece of paper that hadn't been there before. She frowned and picked it up. The handwriting was clean, careful. "Thank you for your kindness. You saved more than a life yesterday." No name, no address, nothing else. Her heart sank. She stepped outside, scanning the street, but the man was gone, vanished like morning mist. "Amara!" Mama Ife's voice startled her. The old woman stood by her shop, hands on hips. "Who were you helping last night? I saw a man following you." Amara's heart skipped. "He was sick. I just gave him water and a place to rest." Mama Ife sighed. "This city isn't safe, my daughter. Some people pretend to be helpless, then disappear with your peace." Amara smiled faintly, though her mind raced. The man hadn't stolen anything. In fact, he'd left behind something else, a faint scent of cologne, expensive and unfamiliar. And when she looked closely, she noticed a small, gold-colored button on the mat, not the kind found on ordinary clothes. She picked it up, turning it in her fingers. It gleamed softly in the morning light. Something about that man wasn't ordinary. Amara tucked the button and the note into her bag, not realizing she was holding the first clues to a mystery that would soon draw her into a world far beyond her own. And somewhere in a tall building across the city, a man watched her picture on a screen, silent, thoughtful, and smiling faintly.